A recent market study shows that sales of tequila in bars and restaurants across the country are going up fast. A broad variety of delectable drinks can be made with tequila because of its versatility and the fact that it has a smooth, pleasant flavor that complements other ingredients. You want to improve your bar cart but don't know where to start? Keep watching until the end to see what our bartenders, mixologists, and master distillers think are the best tequila brands for cocktails. But before we proceed, feel free to like this video and subscribe. Number 1 is El Velo Tequila. Ryan Lotz, a beverage director for Bar Mezzana, Black Lamb, and Shore Leave at Traveler Street Hospitality in Boston said, "This will probably be the category everyone has the strongest opinion about, and you should drink whatever you think is delicious, but I also believe in knowing what you're drinking. So, I'm going to recommend El Velo Tequila, which is an additive-free option that's made specifically for mixing cocktails. It clocks in at a slightly higher proof than average to help it stand out in your drinks. It's salty and mineral-driven, and it's made from entirely valley-grown agaves." Number 2 is Lunazul Tequila. According to bartenders, Lunazul Tequila is one of the best tequilas for mixing cocktails. Lynette Marrero, a co-founder of Speed Rack in New York City, gave a review of this tequila. She said, "I don't like using the phrase, the best for anything, but I love to recommend bottles that have multiple uses across the bar. A recent rediscovery for me has been Lunazul Tequila. It has subtle floral aromas, minerality, and pepper, with dried oregano. It also has a bit of fruit notes such as apple, and it finishes with some creaminess and vanilla. Since it is a spicy, creamy Blanco tequila, it has the ability to mix well with many ingredients, making it a useful tequila in your cocktail arsenal." Number 3 is Cimarron Blanco. Benjamin Brown, a head bartender at Porch Light in New York City, said, "My favorite Blanco tequila for mixing cocktails would have to be Cimarron. It stands up to most ingredients, making it perfect for use in various cocktails. It is aromatic and flavorful, with a delicate balance of earthiness and black pepper, also making it delightful to enjoy on its own. It is priced at a little over $20, however, it's definitely a great bang for your buck." Number 4 is El Tesoro. Brian Schneider, the bar director at Quality Branded in New York City, said, "The El Tesoro line of tequilas is a personal favorite of mine. They grow their agave in the highlands region of Jalisco at a high altitude with mineral-rich soil. Their Blanco is particularly peppery with really pleasant fresh grassy notes. It's great on its own or makes a surprisingly complex margarita." Bo Bradley, the head bartender at Shinji's in New York City, said, "I love using El Tesoro tequila made by Don Felipe Camarena at the La Alteña Distillery in the mineral-rich highlands of Jalisco, Mexico. It's a staple for any bar or household and easily mixes for any occasion or celebration. The Blanco has a very clean flavor with subtle green notes and white peppercorn. The Reposado is a fan favorite, smoky oak with hints of fruit, vanilla, and dill coming from the ex-American oak barrels that age up to 11 months. Number 6 is La Gritona Reposado. Lex Madden, the bar manager at Point Easy in Denver, said, "La Gritona Reposado has a great flavor. When we think of mixing, it has an excellent peppery quality and a great weight that works well with mixed cocktails. It's also a female-owned distillery, which is pretty cool as well." Number 7 Terramana. Ressa Muller, a bartender at Rand Philly in Philadelphia, said, "What I look for in a cocktail tequila first and foremost is flavor profile. Ideally, you want clean and straightforward agave notes backed up by something that makes it a little interesting to play around with. All 3 of Terramana's age classes have the perfect bones for cocktailing. The Blanco is crisp and citrusy, allowing it to shine in any shaken cocktail. The Reposado has just enough wood to allow it to stand out both in shaken and citrusy cocktails as well as stirred, silky, and spirit-forward cocktails, and the Añejo is deep and rich with complex caramel and vanilla notes that form an elegant base for layered and sophisticated sipping cocktails. Terramana is also made in small batches with attention given to the integrity of the agave and the entire production process, which is important to consider given that agave plants themselves take so long to mature and are therefore uniquely expressive of the land and climate in which they grow. All this with a super approachable price point. It's a no-brainer. Number 9 is Pueblo Viejo Blanco. James O'Brien, the partner and beverage director of Gus's Chop House, Brooklyn, said, "Pueblo Viejo Blanco is solid." Number 10 is Tapatio Blanco. Justin Lavenue, the owner, operator, and co-founder of the Roosevelt Room in Austin, said, "Far and away the best value tequila for use in cocktails is Tapatio Blanco. This Los Altos tequila from Carlos Camarena's La Alteña distillery features a complex balance of cooked agave, black pepper, bright citrus, minerals, green grass, and stewed fruits. All of this is supported by a backbone of undertones of vanilla and baking spices. It's fantastic on its own as a neat pour but stands up wonderfully in almost any cocktail you can have the pleasure of treating yourself to." Harrison Ginsberg, the bar director at Overstory in New York City, said, "Tapatio Blanco, a handmade tequila that is respectful of tradition and process. Tapatio Blanco is transparent about process and ultimately a tequila that allows natural flavors of agave shine." Number 11 is Maestro Double Diamante. Tim Sweeney, the head bartender at Pebble Bar in New York City, said, "Different tequilas serve different purposes, so it is difficult to have one tequila as the universal best for mixing cocktails, but we find the most universal for us is Maestro Double Diamante. It is a combination of a reposado, añejo, and extra añejo, so it can serve the purpose of top-shelf tequila, but at the same time, its oak barrel aging and clear finish has the versatility of a silver tequila for mixing cocktails. If you were playing a roulette game of not knowing what tequila cocktail you'd be making next, I choose Double as my go-to." I hope this list was helpful for you. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment on the tequilas you love for your cocktails. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to get notified when we drop our next video.